Okay, so what's up there, guys, and welcome back to Dig It Detecting. Now, we have a bloody ripper of a day in front of us, as you can see. What a perler, what a perler. Now, this is also where we nearly got bogged here the other week. So, rule number one today, we will not be driving over to the second house site over there. There's another house site, sort of where those big trees stand. So, look, if we're going to go over there, we'll go out in the road or we'll walk over. Basically, though, what we're doing today is we're going to be doing a mixture combination of basically metal detecting and once again, you know it, bottle hunting. So last week when I was here, I was picking up oodles of glass, and we actually found a couple of old bottles, located them just with our eyes laying on the surface, which has prompted me today to come back and have a really good dig, trying to pick up on a few more bottles. Also using the detector, trying to find the old dumps, which, look, I think I know where they are. It's sort of, I've been, noisy truck. I've been at this site quite a few times over the years, and basically found numerous amounts of very cool items just laying on the ground, and especially after the cows have got in here, had a bit of a knock around, you generally find there'll be bottles laying just around the tree here. So look, what we're going to do is we're going to get the detector out. As I said, we're going to do some detecting, also looking for bottles, marbles, anything like that laying on the surface as we go. There's just stuff everywhere around here. So an amazing site. It's gave up some amazing things in the past, toy cap guns, cars and marbles, and a lot of nice coins. So look, we're going to make a start. Got all the gear out there, and anything we find glass wise as we go, we'll put in the bucket for Don and do the right thing. So we also asked Don last week if we could dig up some large sort of pits and basically try and get a few bottles out. Go for your life, mate, he said. So that's what we're going to do. Said do a bit of detecting on the side too. Okay, so we are detecting. We're also keeping our eyes out for stuff, and I happened to notice this little crown neck sitting out of the ground like that. He was only just sort of sitting like that, and I thought, oh, he's got to be broken. But just levering underneath him, look at that. Look at the ground moving. Oh, he's going to come up. He's complete. Here we are, detecting, and we're already locating bottles again. It's just silly, MBCV, nothing too spectacular there. There's a little horseshoe on the bottom, pretty cool. Nothing too old there, but there you have it. Where there's one, there's more. Look at his little hole. Wonder how long he's been sitting in there for. So a few other bits of glass there with him. But yeah, as I said, we have permission from Don today to open up some larger pits. And that guy was found there. What else is there with him? Okay, so how's this? As we all know, detectors don't pick up glass or plastic. However, look at this little guy. Now, we were just digging a hole looking for a target. I noticed this, and as you know, I'm always keeping my eyes out for marbles and buttons in the hole. And I just had a look at him, and wow, we've got an old dice. Look at that. How cool is that? 3, 5, that'll be 4, I bet. 4, jeez. 2, 1. There you go. There you go. Now that is really cool. And you know, I found a dice years ago. I was out in the goldfields, and I happened to be working around where there once was a police camp, a reserve. Now, pretty amazing little piece to find. But what I actually found, I'll throw up a picture on the screen, is a little lead dice. Now, being found on the police camp, I could only imagine that it was once possibly used by the police there, policing the goldfields. Now, this little lead dice, it also, oh whoops, I filled me hole in, not even thinking. I've got to dig the target out yet. This little dice though, it also basically, it had all the numbers on it, as you'll see, and basically, I can only imagine it was handled and used by the police, and it must have been made out of a musket ball. I reckon they've taken an old musket ball and flattened it side by side and punched the holes in it to use and play with. Other than that, it could have been a miner's dice. You know, there's a lot of gambling on the gold fields, and gambling caused disputes, caused deaths even. You know, so the police would often confiscate stuff that would entail gambling. So anyway, really cool piece, and he's in the pocket now. I got a little dice. Oh my god, no way. Oh, you wouldn't dream this stuff up. Oh my god, that is amazing. Huh, a marble. I was just walking along, I'm not even going to touch him yet. I was just walking along detecting like this, hoping to look across, because look, there's glass everywhere, glimmers of glass everywhere. So that's all I'm looking at as the sun's hitting it. It's glimmering, and oh my god, we have a marble. Woohoo! Oh, I absolutely love these. You know how much I love my marbles. Let's pull him out of there. As I said, the cows been knocking around the surface here, and they have been just exposing stuff, as I said, and great opportunity to get in here and make the most of it. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever got one of these, not a green and white one like that. So he is a cracker. Oh, I love my marbles. Wow, you know I sound like a bloody big kid here, but you know, like, I love this sort of stuff, toy, you know, and finding it through metal detecting has really gave me a passion for it. Look at the little pontal scar on it. He would have to be early 1900s. He is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. As I said though, you know, finding this sort of stuff, you might think I'm crazy, but it brings out the inner child in me, you know. I can remember when I was a kid, you know, I couldn't wait to grow up. I'd look at adults around me, and I couldn't wait. I thought, you know, geez, I can't wait to be old enough to drive a car and, you know, get a girlfriend, own a house, all that sort of stuff, you know, be an adult. You know, I could not wait to be an adult. Well, you know, now I am an adult. I'm mid-30s now, pushing 40 soon. It's a bit scary. But look, you know, finding this sort of stuff, it takes me back to wanting to be a child again, you know. I know that sounds silly, I know it sounds a bit corny, but, you know, everybody's got a little inner child in them. How much it exposes, you know, is up to you. But, you know, this sort of stuff really just brings out my, you know, inner child. I'm sure if my 9-year-old version of myself was here right now, he'd be wanting to play marbles with this. And you know what? So would I. Okay, so I did not film this one, as I did not think it was going to be worth filming. However, how wrong was I? We seem to have got a little plaque or a little badge of some sort. Don't even know what he says. Let's give him a rub, and you can see where he's affixed to something on the back. Let's give him a wipe. This way. And see what he is. Nash? Nash. Nash. Okay. I don't know what that is. So maybe off a piece of old farming equipment. Being a dairy farm here. So I might run this by the landowner. Nash. Run this by the landowner and see what he makes of it. So interesting piece. Definitely a plaque or a badge off something. So very cool. Let's keep going. Okay, so check this beauty out. We just got a cap gun. And what a cap gun. Whoa, drop the handle. It's only half a cap gun now. Basically though, I dug out the barrel first, or part of the barrel, the chamber, and then we got the handle. It is so heavy though. I've never ever found a cap gun with this much weight in it. It's amazing. It weighs like half a brick. It's crazy. And I know it's full of dirt, although majority of it is cast, as you can see there. So must be a really early type cap gun. It's unfortunately hasn't lasted in the ground, which is to be expected. But he's got a little name there too. It's very hard to see. I've seen some writing along there, which is generally the case. So we might try and clean him up and see if we can't ID him, because this has me intrigued. Who made him? Because generally a lot of them are made by Lone Star, Hubley, all those sort of different manufacturing companies over in America, and you had little Texan Juniors and what have you. So this guy has me intrigued why he is so heavy and so thick. So we'll try and ID him. So check this little guy out. We've got a little buckle, a little horseshoe buckle. How cool is that? I found a few of these in the past before. Never one this big though, so very cool little piece. Okay, so it's coming on 1 o'clock and I've decided to stop for some lunch. Basically, just give you a quick look over what we've found this morning. So we've got a little bit of rubbish. We even found a hair comb just laying on the surface. And we've also dug some bigger items of rust, look, you know, in the hole at the same time, and also just seeing them sort of sticking out, and so I removed them, because you got to remember, if there's a big chunk of rust laying under the dirt like that and there's a coin underneath it, how are you going to find the coin? Remove the rust, pick up on the coin. So good habit to pick up things that you see as you go, regardless of whether it's interfering at that time or not, because even if it's not, you will find that the more rubbish that you remove, the more treasure that you will hit on. So work those sites, dig those holes, get rid of that rubbish, and it opens up for some better stuff. So look, before the kettle boils, I can hear it starting to huff away there. We will go through and just give you a look at what we got this morning. Little belt buckle there, once he focuses, a few pennies, 3 pennies, and this guy here, I believe he's going to be a half penny. I'm not too sure, have not seen anything to be able to make him out what he is. So we'll give him a bit of a clean up and we'll be able to ID him. We had the old Nash badge, not sure what that is. My favourite 2 little finds though, the little dice, how cool, little sixpence I should say too before, little threepence, sorry, and also my favourite for the day. Wow, look at this beauty. God, I love marbles. This is my favourite for the day. I'd drive it home happy right now, and you know, and leave quite happily today knowing that I found that marble. So, but we're going to get some more. So anyway, kettle's boiled, as you can see. We're going to have a coffee and we'll get back to it. God, Dom, look what you did. You spilt milk everywhere. I can't take you anywhere.
No.
Right, so coffee time is over. I never spend too long taking a break, because while I'm having a break, I'm generally itching to get back into it again. So 15-minute coffee, quick sandwich down the hatch, and here we are back out again. You got to make most of this your time while you're out at these sites, because you don't know when you're going to be able to get back here again. Anyway, we're digging for bottles now, and as you can see, we've got our first little one. And my method of madness here is basically just randomly dig. I was using the bottle probe. There's just so much interfering when you're using it. Generally what you're listening for is the sound of glass. Now glass, it's very scratchy, and you can hear that there. When it hits glass, you can hear the difference, you know. I know it sounds crazy, but when you hit on glass, it sounds completely different than a rock. So you get that real scratchy sound, whereas when you hit on a rock, you get that real grindy sound. I know this isn't a rock, but you can hear the difference there. So anyway, what I'm doing is I was using that. I wasn't finding it too successful though, so I've just started randomly digging. Now, you can see here's a lot of glass coming out of the hole, and basically everything's buried quite shallow. So I'm going to be very careful. We're not going to try and put the spade through any bottles. As you can see there, we've got a beautiful Geelong aerated company water bottle there. By the looks of it, you can just see the side of the logo, and I reckon, oh yeah, there you go, you can see G long or EE long. Anyway, so let's pop this guy out. We got one here there the other week. Oh, there might even be another one there. It's very hard doing this one-handed, and you're also hitting on glass as you go. So look, we'll give him a dig out, and oh, there's another little bottle right there. Everything is not buried very deep at all here, so Oh, part of. That's probably the neck off the aerated water bottle from the other week, because you can see there, he's got an internal thread. Not that I can get the dirt out, but he's got an internal thread. So that's an aerated water bottle. Also, there you go. He loved his water. Let's get this big guy out though. Righto, we got him. Please be intact, please be intact, please be intact. Ah, why? Where's that neck? It's not him. It's not him, but that's what he would have been on anyway. Geelong Aerated Water Company bottle. That's the second one that we've got from here with the top broken off. There wasn't a marble in them, so I don't know why they were breaking the tops off. Anyway, we'll keep plodding along, see what else we can find. Okay, so that's pretty cool. We've got a little aerated water stopper. These were basically what corked these guys, the aerated water bottles. They would have an internal thread, like this fella did here. I still haven't got the dirt out of him, but that would have screwed into there and sealed him off. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I love finding these because I've got quite a few aerated water bottles at home. It's always nice to put a top on them. Very cool. So check out the dirty big horseshoe. So check out the big horseshoe I just got. Yeah, I found some horseshoes in my time, but by geez, this one takes the cake. He is the biggest. I've never found a horseshoe quite that big. Look at that. I've got pretty big hands, but he's huge. Huge, I tell ya. It's got to be like off a draft horse or a Clydesdale or something. Huge. And we've got a few other miscellaneous bits and pieces coming out of the hole too. That's what we've done for 10 minutes. Pretty crazy. Okay, so we decided to head back over to where I'd specially marked where this beer bottle had come out from before this morning, and we decided to have a bit of a dig. Now, the first items we were getting out were all this just plate glass, but then we seems to have made our way down to this fella. I can't say I've ever seen a bottle with a kick in the bottom like that. I have no idea what he's going to be. Pretty exciting stuff though. Let's just hope he's got some embossing on him. And let's hope he's intact. So let's get him out and we'll give you a look. Okay, I've just stuck my shovel in here, gave him a bit of a lever, and he's ready to pop out. Ho, cologne bottle. Thought so with that shape. I just wasn't sure. To be honest, I thought that was the bottom of the bottle. I should have known. I should have been able to see the seam line. Anyway, there's another nice little bottle. Out and intact, AGM up the top. Australian glass manufacturers, and it's leaking. Ew. What's it say at the top? It's got a number 8. Wonder what it smells like. You guys aren't going to smell it, I know, but I'll be your nose for you. Ready? There's no smell. No smell at all. Anyway, very cool. We're going to keep digging out this little hole because that's 2 bottles that are coming out of there complete. So maybe the kids weren't smashing everything that went in this one. Maybe the farmer was disposing of the rubbish. He was a little bit more careful. Righto, I've just about given up on bottle digging. The old back's feeling a bit sore, so we're just going to open this last pit up though. As you can see, we've already got it partially open, and oh, look at that. Basically though, we're just going to open this last pit up just to kill the curiosity inside me and see what else we can't find. So nice little buckle hanging on the end of a bit of a leather strap, so you can go in the bucket there. Look at all the stuff we've found, and that was the horseshoe we found before. We'll check it out. We've got the matching guy now, so very cool. 2 of them, a bit more glass there. Try and pick up all the big bits, obviously pick up anything that you can see, but you do miss some obviously. Anyway, so we're going to open up this last pit here, and then we are going to get back on the detector and spend the last couple of hours of the afternoon digging some more coins and relics, hopefully. I'm even thinking about going up and spending the last hour or two up at that other house site, because if the cows have done this much chewing and stomping down here, what does that house site up there look like? Because I haven't been up there for a little while. Hey, look what we got. A little glass stopper. It was only a matter of time. You're digging in these old bottle pits. You keep your eyes open for marbles and for these guys, because they're always discarded with the bottles, regardless of them being broken or not. So he's awesome. He can go in there, and we'll make sure we retrieve him later. I also got a little bottle hiding in here. We'll pull him out together. Yeah, no. Nothing gold, nothing gold. We must either be not in the right spot for the old bottles here, or we're not going deep enough yet. I believe that we're not in the right spot, because everything that has come from here so far has been very, very shallow. Look at where he was hiding. Pretty cool. Yeah, so everything's been very, very shallow, so I dare say it's just going to be like a layer out the back here, just full of stuff. So we're just going to have to keep turning up layer by layer, sort of go 6-8 inches down, flip it over, see what we got, dig down further. If it runs out, we flip it over and keep going. Ah, there's another horseshoe. Geez, they must have had some horses on this place. Righto, that's it for me digging for bottles today. I'm going to get back on the detector. We've filled our hole back in here. It's a little bit higgly-piggly. I did have the scratcher over it, just trying to level it out a bit, but look, as I said, fill the holes in the best we can. The rest of the paddock is much the same. As you'll see, the cows don't bother to level the ground like I do. Anyway, that is about it for bottle digging. Look at that. We didn't even get that many bottles either. We seem to have just dug horseshoes today. That's all right, that's all right. All the more rubbish out of the paddock for the landowner, which is good. But, you know, look how many horseshoes we got. Crazy. Got a array of horseshoes. I think there's even 1 or 2 more in there. So check out this bottle. I didn't show you this guy, but he would have been a cracker. You can just imagine him going up. Beautiful, beautiful decorative bottle. So anyway, that's about it. We'll grab all our lucky horseshoes. We're going to flick that detector back on. Hopefully, they should all bring us luck. We got a spoon. That's a spoon. You like that, Dom? There you go. Should be nickel plated. Yeah, nickel silver. Thurston. Hoo hoo hoo. I am thirsting. Okay, so that was quite a rewarding little hole. We pulled a few nails, what have you, a bit of glass out of there. But then we got a little buckle, which is that fella. And then look at the penny that we just got. 1951. Look at the condition. Not so great on that side. But this side, wow. That's amazing. Doesn't even look like it's been living in the dirt. Very cool. Another little interesting piece I just found. I just thought it was going to be a buckle, but can you see that? It's hinged at one side, and it opens. There's no money in there. There's no pound notes, unfortunately. That's a shame. I don't know what it was for though. It's only very thin. You wouldn't hold much in it. Mystery item. So here's a interesting little piece here, and I think I know what he is. It's an AWA, it says in the middle there, and it should say Fisker radio down the bottom, and the 2 little holes each side, you can see them there. That's where they would have been, this plate would have been screwed on. So it's like a little decorative manufacturer's plate for an old radio, old wireless. Pretty cool. I thought when I first pulled him out that he was like a pin or a badge. But you can see on the back there, once it focuses, you can see on the back there's nothing really to fix him on, so he would have been mounted with those 2 little holes in the middle, or on the side. So very cool piece. So it seems like I'm just destined to dig for glass today. I did say I was going to do both, bottles and glass, bottles, relics, coins, everything. I just keep finding the glass though. You can see there, we've got a little jar down there. And this is actually a target that I was detecting. I still don't even know what the item is. There it is there. So, as I said, we weren't even looking for bottles. We're just digging down to this target. And look at them all. They just keep coming up. So we're going to have to give them a dig and see what this hole gives us. We found a nugget. Nugget. Wonder what was in that. There's no name apart from nugget on the bottom. And we seem to have another bottle here. Oh, he might be a nugget also. Let's have a look. He is too. There you go. We found 2 nuggets. Well, actually, he doesn't look like he says nugget, that one. He looks like he says nusht or something. N-U-S. Nugget. That's definitely nugget. What's going on with this guy? N-U-S-C-H-T. Or maybe must. I don't know. Don't know. 2 very similar looking jars, but different stamps on the base. There's also a cup in there, as you can see. So we'll get the cup out. And we're going to keep digging that way because a lot of the bottles that have come out here so far seem to be more so intact and they're deeper. So maybe he was dumping a little bit further out here later on. Okay. It's got the better of me. We're back to digging bottles now. I'm going to go put this away. Just keep coming out of here, as you can see. We've got another crownie down there ready to pull out. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this detector. We're going to get rid of the fines bag. And we'll spend the last half an hour of daylight digging a few more bottles. I know you're all probably laughing at me, but I love bottles. I really do. Definitely gained a lot more of a passion for bottles since I've started detecting. Like, I always liked them prior, but I definitely have more of a passion to unearth and collect more now. So what we're going to do is we're going to funnel all this stuff into here, grab our little rake. We're going to head back over and get rid of that pouch too. We don't need that. And head back over, and as I said, we probably have about a half hour of daylight left, so we're just going to use that the best we can and dig out as many bottles as we can. This over near the water trough is sort of where we were digging before. It seems to be like just a layer of broken stuff, but we may be on the money over here. We may have found a deeper dumping pit and therefore more intact bottles. Time will tell though. We'll see how we go. Okay, so that's very interesting, and it just goes to show they were dumping quite a bit of rubbish here and dumping it at a depth. See that hole there? It's like a little pocket, a little cavity. So what's happened is they've dug a hole here. Oh, nearly hit my head on this guy. They've dug a hole here, filled everything in, put some topsoil on top, and what's basically happened is it's left pockets of air, left pockets basically that haven't filled themselves in. So, and that's generally how you find these old bottle dumps. What you do is you go to these old house sites and you look for those low depressed areas, because where the low depressed areas are generally signifies where there was once a dumping point. And as I said, what happens is they fill it in with dirt, and then over time it depresses and sinks down, therefore showing you that it could be a possible dumping point. So anyway, we've got the old crown top out, and what a perler of a bottle. As you can see there, James McKay and Sons, Ballarat. What a ripper. Okay, so see this guy here, he's broken at the top, but that's what I was saying about before, that internal threaded cork. This fella's pretty well worn. Yeah, he's just rubbish. Some of them are made out of Bakelite plastic. You can see there, before I broke him, he was actually made of wood. So wood top screw, internal thread cork, and you can see how they sort of thread in. Oh, once all that dirt comes out, you can see the sort of thread inside, how they thread in. So what I'll do, I've still got that other guy in my pocket. Let's get him out. So you can see this fella's made out of Bakelite. So a lot more durable and lasts for a lot longer. But that's what they did. Pretty cool. And we'll keep the Bakelite cork. Okay, we've got another one here, and this is what we're out here for. This is what we are persevering for. Like always, perseverance, persistence and patience pays off. My favourite saying. The J.R. Watkins, made in Australia. Now, I dare say this is probably going to be a little cough medicine bottle, little medicine bottle of some sort. Once again, AGM, he's not that old. Nothing that is coming out of here seems to be all that old. However, it's still love digging intact bottles. So even if they're not that old, well, I was also thinking too, like, there's not too much household rubbish coming out of here, like some dumps that I've dug in the past. And then this fella popped out. That might be our new toothbrush to clean our relics up. You could still use him. We also had the old plate here. Check out the decorations around the outside. Very nice, very pretty. You know, I'm wondering what all these cars are thinking as they're driving past. Look at that guy out in the paddock. What the bloody hell's he doing? He's digging to China. Oh dear, it's all worth it though. We dug quite a way down then too. I sort of filled it back in, but like we were down there. And as we were going down, check out what caught my eye. So very cool. I do believe he's going to be an aerated water company bottle. Let's see if he's intact. Ah, again. Why? Why has he broken all the necks off him? I would say the kids have been doing that. Little boogers. Okay, so I just put my hand in it. Literally put my hand in poo. Never mind, it's only processed grass, isn't it? Just stinks a little. I think we found a baby too. What's left of a baby. Anyway, into the bucket. And we're having a little bit more success. We've got that guy there. This guy looks like a beer bottle to me. And then we've got this fella here. He looks like an aerated water bottle to me. There's not much showing, but I do believe that's a water bottle. So let's pop this beer out. Oh, there might be a few bottles there. Have to be very careful. We're just hitting straight on him. He's only a C. MBCV old beer, so he's nothing too special. We'll get him behind him there. Ooh. Ho, that was a ticket. Oh, and look, of course, you know, nothing too special. Let's not break the top off this one. But I bet ya, this aerated water bottle as we go for him, I bet you he's going to be broken. Always the bloody way. Better pick up that glass too as we go. We have got so much glass out of the hole for the farm owner today. And that's bucket number 2. We've got bucket number 1 over there still. So let's pop this fella out. Oh, there's another one beside him. Hell, we're getting onto him. It's a shame too, because we are running out of daylight. However, we know the spot to be now, so we're going to work this spot another day too. It's getting a little bit out of hand too, isn't it? Crazy. You know, I keep telling myself I'm about to get going. I'm like, righto, that'll do. You know, we'll just pack up and leave it at that. However, these really cool little bottles just keep coming out. So I'm like, I just find one and I think, oh, wonder what's coming next. I better get digging again. I better find some more. So what do we got here? Waterman, Inkerman. I can't read it properly. It's so hard when they... Waterman. 2 ounce. It's so hard when they come out of the ground though. I have no idea what they are. So unless you've seen them before, or unless you can do some research later. Ah, we also had the little pot too, little paste container. Look how small he is. What a cutie. Love it. Okay, so after digging all day, I'm fairly confident we have now located one of the main tips. And look, it may be a little bit of a later tip with some later stuff coming out of there. However, that was the rusty hole that was disappearing there before. And it's just going down and down and down with more stuff in it. So I even just pulled this guy out of there. So very, very cool. He was right down in there. So I dare say we're going to be opening up quite a large pit down here, and that's all right. We've got permission to do that, but if it's still going down, so will I. Okay, this is it. This is where we've needed to be all day. Look, there's another one right there. Righto, we're on the money now, and it's a shame because we're nearing the end of the day. That's all right. Look at it all, would you? Look at this. Handfuls of rust, glass, into the bucket. Just hitting on it where we need to be now. But as you can see, Dale dug a hole and now it's filling with water. Bugger. There's another one intact. So another last 10 minutes we've pulled more intact bottles than what we found all day. So this is definitely, oh, hello there matey. This is definitely where we want to be. I'm just feeling them too. I can just feel it. Oh, it's still going down. I'm just feeling the glass. So everything on the top was smashed. Now everything coming out. Oh, that proved that theory wrong. I was going to say everything coming out is intact. It felt like it was intact. Never mind. Yeah, so look, this is going to be a job in the making. Okay then. What was that? There must be a bottle there or something that's just taken in the water. I don't know. We might have to even bring out a little pump or something, or run and dig a drain or something, try and get rid of this water. Ugh. Yeah, well, it's all part of it, isn't it? It's what we do, it's what we love. That's why I'm out here. Oh, there's just so much going on in here. Oh, hello there, fella. I love the puddle because you can clean them up as you go. Now, I got one of these just before, over there, but he was broken. That one's not. Awesome. You know, Brandon would love this. Old mate Brando. He loves coming digging bottles with me. I've stirred up a bit of a bug in him. And every weekend he calls me now saying, hey Luke, can we go dig bottles? Wow, there's so much here. Hope this isn't a septic. Sticking my hands in, not that it matters now. Oh, right. What's this little fella? Yeah, okay, righto. More work required for this one. As you can see, we're filling up with water quite quick. So I do have a little bilge pump at home. We might have to bring a pump in and pump the water out, make it easy to see, because just in 5 minutes opening that up, that is pulled with a heap of water. I'm sure if I left that overnight, it'd probably come up to here. We will fill this back in. We'll mark our spot. I kind of know where I've got to be anyway, but we'll mark our spot and we're going to get back here, dig some more bottles. We got full permission to do this, so why not take advantage of it? Okay. If anybody knows me, knows how much I love my bottles. But this has gotten a little bit out of hand. You can see how far down I'm standing in my hole now. This is nothing either. This is nothing. You know, here I am saying, oh, this is going to be gotten out of hand. Some of these holes can go 10, 20, 30 foot deep. It all depends on how deep they dug them. But yeah, look, this is pretty crazy for today. You know, we weren't, we were giving up and basically going back on the detector. With the detector, we hit on a target, which actually happened to be a bottle lid. I didn't show you that before. It was a bottle lid though. So look, by hitting on that target, we've now located another bottle dump. And as you can see, we've nearly filled up bucket number 2. We've got a heap of cool items coming out of here. Cup of tea, dear? Why, yes, thank you. But yeah, pretty cool pieces. A lot of it is just modern, and whatever's not modern is broken, like these guys. He's a nice big jar though. But anyway, look, what we're going to do, I had this piece too, interesting piece. I'd say that was the base, and there was something fancy sitting here, and he would have sat up like that with something cool like a vase or what have you. But anyway, a lovely little teacup, love it. Anyway, we're going to keep going at this. We're not going to keep going any further today. because we're pretty much done for today. We've got to fill this back in yet, and we've still got to get home, and time for some tea. So, but as you can see, we are covered in the muddy goodness of this hole, and we've got plenty more to keep going. So I'll just give you a bit of a sample. So I've dug down below almost where it's coming out. So now what I'm doing, I'm reaching up and under and just picking stuff from the back wall, because I need to now remove this section and dig down to it. Or look, I might even just keep going down in this hole and then scrape it all towards me. This is generally a bit of another method that I do, but anyway, we have got our work cut out for us here. It's not exactly what I was wanting to do for the rest of the afternoon, dig bottles. I wanted to go detecting and possibly get down to that second site down there. However, this is our mission now, so we're going to pack it up today though. Get rid of all the rubbish, fill the hole in, take our bottles that we've got. As you can see, we've done pretty well. We've got about, a dozen, and we will fill this hole in, get back here another day. So stay tuned. We'll get home, clean up, and we'll give you a look at what we've got. Righto, that's it. The hole is filled in. Whew, I'm out of breath now, and we'll remember where it is again, as I said, and we'll come back and re-dig it out again. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pack all this into the car, and I'm going to make my way up and see Don and show him what we pulled out of his paddock for today, explain to him what we've done and that we've filled our holes back in, and just give him a look at some of these bottles coming out, because I'm sure he'll enjoy seeing them. Isn't that a beautiful picture? They're lovely. They're ducks on the pond. Really, really nice. And the sun is just setting. Very, very nice. You know, I was just washing my hands here in the stream. I heard the ducks, that's why I sort of walked up and over to have a look. And you know, I was just washing my hands in the stream here, and I was just sort of thinking, you know, how enjoying today has been. You know, we didn't find a whole lot of coins and relics. Yes, we did pick up on a few bottles towards the end of the day. However, that's not what it's about for me. It's always about the satisfaction and the enjoyment that you get out on these adventures, heading out for the day. You know, people spend their whole lives searching for something that they're looking for, and they're not sure what it is. You know, and they might spend heaps of money, they might go overseas, they might do all these different things, and so be it. You know, each to their own. We're all different individuals in this world. However, you know, right here, sitting here, washing my hands in that little creek there, as I just said, and the shovel, I just got a real sense of fulfillment and enjoyment from today, satisfaction in my life. And you know, that is just due to the fact that I'm out here, I'm doing something that I love, I'm doing something that I enjoy, and you know, yes, we did not have all the amount of fines that some people get for the day. Yes, we did pick up on a few nice bottles, a few coins. I don't care though. That's not what it's about for me. What it's about is getting out, enjoying this sort of countryside, enjoying this scenery, getting out on adventures, and every day can be something new. You know, you sit inside and you think, oh, I won't bother going out today, or I won't bother putting any effort into today. And well, that's all you get. You get your four walls and nothing else, you know. Even the other day I went out for a half day. You know, it was 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I thought, bugger it, I'm going out. I'm not going to sit at home for the rest of the day. I'm going out, and I thoroughly enjoyed my time. You know, it's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter what you find, just get out there and enjoy yourself. So now to cross, don't you cross there, I've got to cross here. Now, ready, jump. See, even that was enjoyable. Okay, so here we are back again. It's the next day, and what a ripper, what a ripper. Look at that. I'm going to get out and make the most of today again. So we've got all our gear cleaned up, ready to go, sitting there drying. And what I was going to run you through first was basically some of the items that we got, some of the trash. So look, I spent a little bit of time last night in the shed here, bucket of hot soapy water, some scrubby brushes and what have you, and and some rocks. And we spent some bit of time cleaning our bottles. Now these are the ones that we did not bother cleaning too much, and you know, you can see why. He's got a big chip in the neck. These three are just your most common beer bottles. I've got dozens of them. I don't need any more. A couple other broken ones at the back there, and same sort of goes with these guys. All unfortunately broken, and pretty common stuff. So I'll run these through with Brando, see if he wants any, because he is starting his own bottle collection. So something there might catch his eye that he wants. Otherwise, we'll discard them. So we've got the old horseshoes, really cool. I often keep these, anything intact like this, axe heads, horseshoes, picks, all that sort of stuff. Pickaxes, I always keep, because I often have people in my travels ask me, do you have any old horseshoes? Do you have any axe heads, anything like that? I want to do some rustic garden art with them. So I keep them. I've got about a dozen now sitting here. I've gave about a dozen away in the past, so I'll keep these in future. Anybody wants them, they can have them. So we've got the old tap, still connected to the pipe. So pretty cool. We'll separate him, keep the tap, throw the rusty pipe away. And look, I mentioned that we were going to go up and see the landowner Don, and we did exactly that. We shot up the road quickly and spoke to Don, and basically shown him what we had dug for the day, what we'd found. And he was in the middle of cooking tea actually, and off on his way to bingo that night. So I didn't want to hold him up too long, so we just quickly ran him through some of the items that we'd found. And look, we got a ton of it. So as I said, we got 2 buckets full, you know, including some of the bottles up there. They were sort of filling the 2 buckets. This one, you know, is just chockers. Some pretty mighty items here. Look at this bad boy. Oh, brutal. But yeah, anyway, look, that is the rubbish that we took out. This will be getting scrapped, getting sorted and scrapped. It's the right thing to do with it, and remove it as we go. So, and look, as I said in the past before, doing the right thing like that, removing the rubbish, regardless of whether you show the landowner or not, it's securing your permission for future. And not only that, you know you're doing the right thing, which is most important. Anyway, let's take you outside and show you the rest of our stuff, because it's sort of early in the morning still, and we've got the shadow cast over the shed. So I've set it up out here in the sunlight, so we can give you a little bit of a look. So look, that was basically what we metal detected. So you've seen what we found in the bottle pits by hand. This is all the stuff that we found metal detecting. All the rubbish, all the tin, lead, copper, brass, just your all random miscellaneous items. Your common culprits when hunting these farm sites. So we'll put him down there for a sec, and let me start with the bottles. So we had this beautiful Ballarat. I don't know how well you can see that. Property of James McKay and Sons, Ballarat. Beautiful bottle. A few scratches on them, however intact and complete. Got the old sauce bottle. Pretty cool. Would have been like a Rosella or something, later one, or possibly a White Crow sauce. Much later though, probably 1940s, 50s. We had this little guy. Now he attracted my attention because he's got the early AGM stamp on the base. So you can see that there, AGM. So he's a bit of an oldie, that one. Pretty cool. Mixed, you know, old and new sort of mixed in together. So we had this little guy here. We also had the little JR Watkins. Now this one's a little bit smaller than what we just showed you in the shed there. And he is a ripper. He's intact. A few scratches once again, but nice to find bottles intact. We had the little Woods Great Peppermint Cure, Coughs and Cold bottle. We also had the little Waterman's. I'd say this may be an ink bottle, may have been. Looks sort of like an ink bottle to me. It's got a little bit of damage up the top there. However, what a brilliant little bottle. Great little shape. So we also had this guy, once again, not too sure. Little jar, container of some sort. The 2 nuggets. Nugget 1. Nugget 2. And I did find that other bottle that I thought said something different, but it did say nugget, but he had a broken top. So we just saved these 2. We had the old, look, I'd say these would be olive oil bottles, something like that, so, or you know, salad dressings, what have you. I didn't notice this guy until I was looking through last night, and I happened to clean him up. He's an old Mason's jar. Really cool. So you can see AGEE, mason jar, and that's really interesting because the AGEE, I found a glass top stopper. You can see this guy's threaded, but I found a glass top stopper not too long ago that would, you know, probably the early type of these jars, that would have fitted. So really cool. AGEE, very cool. Anyway, let me take you through the rest of the finds, and we'll start from the left here, and we'll go from the cap gun. So part of a cap gun, the old spoon. I forgot about this little fella, little paste jar. He is tiny. You don't fit much in something like that. However, what a great little find. We also had the old Bakelite internal thread corkscrew. We had the glass stopper, a little bit of an earlier type there, so maybe something like that. He would have probably been corked, but anyway, you get the idea. With a little half penny there, he's a rue penny. I was able to identify Australia on the side. Once again, as I said yesterday, the coins do not come out in the greatest condition from this site, apart from this fella. Look at him, what a cracker. But as soon as we turn him over, pretty horrible on the back. So anyway, a few coins, nothing too special. A few other belt buckles, and we also had this piece here, little tin wallet, or I don't know. Look, I don't know what you'd put in there, what you'd fit in there. So anyway, we also had the beautiful little 1950 wheat threepence, the AWA radio, Fisk radio badge, manufacturer's plate, and this fella here too, Nash farm machinery ID plate. Basically did a little bit of research, and I was sort of hitting on the money when I found it yesterday. I didn't mention it to Don, I forgot about it, but basically it would have come off a piece of agricultural farming equipment such as a tractor. Nash actually made quite a few different farming pieces and implements. So another little buckle here, and he's got some pretty cool little decoration on the side there, little ornate piece, and little marble, I was going to say, little dice. What a ripper. I got the toothpick in there last night and cleaned him right up, and he come up great. Don't know why the one is so big. It's huge. Anyway, the last find, and our favourite find, isn't it, Dominic? We love marbles, don't we, mate? Alright, so the last find is this little marble. Now, what I think he is, I was doing a little bit of research last night because, you know, I know some of my marbles, but I'm still learning myself. So you can see there, he's got a chip in him. However, if I find it, let me show you what sort of helped me ID him. Now, that little scar there that you see, that little line, is called a pontil mark. Now that pontil mark, I know it seems insignificant, but that little pontil mark can really help ID these old marbles. Now, that little pontil mark there looks to me like he is a, what did I say, creased pontil mark, and basically, or a pinched, I think it was pinched, I read, pinched pontil mark. Now basically, the pinched pontil mark, it was sort of, it was American, they believe, and basically sort of dates early 1900s, and this would be, I believe this is an MAKRO agate green and white swirl. Now that company, MAKRO agate, was an American made company, and they existed from, I think it was 1911 to 1954, or around the early 50s anyway. But that little pontil mark there, being American, and being that I ID'd this marble as best I could as being an MAKRO agate, I do believe, as I said, he's early 1900s. So what a bloody ripper, So now the Americans didn't start making marbles until about 1910 or so, I think, 1911, something like that. Basically, very early type handmade marble though, this guy. So beautiful marble. The Germans were the masters in marble making throughout the 1850s, sort of right through to the 1900s, and then Americans, Chinese, all that sort of stuff. Americans, Japanese sort of took over and really made a lot of marbles. There was a lot of marbles coming out of America, and to be honest, I know some of my marbles. By geez, you'd have to be an expert to know the rest. There is just so many varieties and combinations out there. So anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video, or yesterday's video, today's video, a bit of a combination of both. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button below, and we are going to, very exciting, we are going to this weekend get access to the old pub site that I mentioned in the other week's video, where we basically were hunting the showgrounds, and I explained how I got permission for a new pub site. And really excited about this one, so make sure you hit that subscribe button again, and be sure to follow me, because that's going to be a really exciting hunt, and I can't wait to get out there. So anyway guys, be sure to follow me for future. Think lucky, dig clean, and happy hunting. We'll see you next time.